we don't recognize the franchise belt, then that fight was never, in my opinion, for undisputed. Hey, this is Mike from Edge Note 50 TV talking about boxing, and today I'm going to be talking about Eddie Hearn, his latest interview he did with Boxing Social. I'm going to go in detail about it, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the clips, the highlights of what he was talking about, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it.
So, you know, I was winding up Teofimo in Texas, you know, and said, you're not undisputed, because I know Teofimo's just brought a t-shirt range out, undisputed. I think he should call those back in, you know, and change the logo, because I did say to him, and this is my honest opinion, he should be undisputed. You know, we shouldn't be in this position that we're in, but he is not undisputed because the other governing bodies do not recognise the franchise champion as someone that can unify, and you know, so the only way he can be undisputed by fact and on paper is to fight Devin Haney. He deserves to be undisputed. He beat the #1 lightweight who used to be undisputed in Vasily Lomachenko. So
I don't think that Teofimo should be undisputed, because let's face facts, it should be Devin Haney that should have been taken at mandatory to fight Lomachenko for the belt. And if Devin Haney did what he was supposed to do and beat Lomachenko, then Lomachenko would be fighting, it would have been Devin Haney versus Teofimo for the undisputed belt sooner rather than Lomachenko. And as we don't recognize the franchise belt, then that fight was never, in my opinion, for undisputed. So no, Lopez should not be undisputed. If he wants to face undisputed, he needs to fight Devin Haney, full stop.
I think Teofimo Lopez against Haney is a wonderful fight. Listen, he asked me for $10 million for that fight. You know, we can't get there, but I'm sure we can make him a nice offer. But Teofimo's a nightmare at the moment, you know, for Bob Arum. I mean, like, and Bob's not mincing his words at the moment. He's had enough. So he's saying, I want this, 5 million minimum, I want 8, I want 9, I want 10. So right now, I'll leave that to Bob and Top Rank, you know, to put those numbers together, because in this world right now, it ain't gonna happen.
You know what? I don't know about this. You know, Eddie Hearn, he seems like he's not keen on making the fight. He seems like he's very down on the Teofimo Lopez Devin Haney fight. I think that's the fight he really, really should be making next, because that fight is for undisputed. Now, Devin Haney has got 1 fight left on his contract. Now, if you was going to be a good businessman, Eddie, which I know you got the potential there to be doing, you will be going, all right, put the money up. All right, we know it's not going to be 10 million. Teofimo was being a little bit silly there with 10 million offer and all that stuff. But put a realistic offer on the table. You know how much he got for Lomachenko? He got like, what, 2-3 mil? And now he's saying what's $1 million and 5 mil per fight? Put a realistic offer on the table. We know he's going to fight his mandatory Kambosos with the IBF mandatory, but we know that fight's not going to be in Australia now. So he's not going to be getting the 5-10 million that he wants to fight Kambosos. So you can easily dive in there, throw a bone in there, throw an offer, a very enticing offer that they seem very reasonable. The dad and those guys, they seem very reasonable. And I'm swear that you can use your charm, use the Eddie Hearn, earn with Hearn charm, and I'm sure that we could make that fight happen, Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. But I just don't believe, from his body language, from what he is saying and how he's saying it, that he does not believe that that fight can be made next.